Okay, so today I'm drawing fish eye, warm view in fish eye and 3-point perspective and all this stuff. So what is warm view? Warm view is a type of upshot. So if we have camera, so here camera look straight parallel to ground. So this camera can be leaning on the ground or it can standing on a tripod. Both is works. So let's see like this. And like I always tell, here is like dome of visual perception, kind of. So it's like camera looks straight, but there also depend on lens. Camera can see like more of this field of view, of this spherical field of view. Now I have this camera like 360 angle, so it can see like whole field kind of, right? So we normally like talk with some like long lens or wide lens camera for our kind of frames for animation or comic books. So and here we have this type of frames, type of camera angles, which is depend on a lens type and the camera angle. So when camera rotated upwards, like upward camera angle, like 90 degree, right? So it's called straight up. And when camera look, let's say like 45 angle, so some kind of start from this area, it's a category of upshot. Yeah, or if we include also rear part, so it's kind of like start from 22 degree. So and you can see upshots like this, for example. So here is upshot from Ghost in the Shell. And let's say bunch of okay, anyway, so upshot kind of you see is just category of camera angles when is rotated upwards. And there, like in the previous tutorial, I was talking about this type was like also in category of upshots, like a ground camera angle. So it's like camera leaning on the ground. So it became like 3-point perspective and fish eye perspective, kind of like this. Warm view, it's in the category of this 45 degree and over and this straight up. That should be A. Up. Only with one extra nuance is like you should to show scale, because what it make it warm view is kind of this, you know, difference in scale. Like when we have something huge and like you literally it's kind of like if you are warm or you are like a small human against like huge castle, huge ship, huge environment or something, you know, something like dominating. And here for this type of shot use 3-point perspective and fisheye perspective. So I will show you like main types. So what is 3-point perspective? Like we have the structure when horizon line is just straight line, then we have X and Z vanishing point, and we have Y vanishing point for zenith. So we have this perspective grid for 3-point perspective. 3-point. So, and you can make frame like let's say like this for this grid. So you're kind of including horizon line in a frame, or you can exclude horizon line, let's say kind of this. No, and also it can be like horizontal frame or like this. So this will be like warm view perspective grid with a 3-point perspective. If we talk about fisheye perspective for this angle, so it's kind of this angle right now. It's like about 45, kind of with this territory, and this about 45, but fisheye. So with fisheye we will have like bent horizon line. We will have again Y vanishing point zenith. So here is go here. We'll get Z vanishing point on the horizon line. Then this is the axis. Goes like this. Then here we have X vanishing point on the left and X vanishing point on the right. This, like I was telling before, it's a kind of direction of camera. So here is actually is not like 45, it's like 22, but like I say, it's just still like an upshot. So, and x-axis, it will go like this from one x to other x, like a crossing this y vertical axis, and then it's go curve towards horizon line, and when it cross horizon line, it's kind of continuing curvature of horizon line. And then here, when it's go to other side, it start to bend other side, bend kind of like opposite direction from horizon line. And it can be like as much as you want, but it should be like this kind of arc going through y-axis. So, and then vertical, so you can continue going further this x-axis, and the vertical y-axis, it's at this point it's a straight line, but then on the left it goes like merge together with this x-axis, because it go to x vanishing point. And then we have this space in between, like straight and curve here, right? So you need to kind of continue this x and draw in between kind of transition between this curvature and this straight. So we have like this curve straighten until it became like this kind of. And yeah, you have here some flexibility, how you curve it, how you straighten it. So it's like, it's not super precise, it just should be look gradual, like look like this is transition from curve to straight, from straight to curve, depending on like which direction you look. And then after, like, you continue this movement, and you see how here this curvature again straighten up in this direction. So now we have this straight line and this curve line on one side and to other side. So you can make like in the middle, so then you again like subdivide, so until you make this like curve transition to straight line. So it's kind of like nature of this type of perspective grid with a upshot fish eye. And here, all this time, remember I have the z in 2x vanishing point, curve of horizon line. And you see, it's like I have already so many videos like repeatedly telling about this type of perspective, because just how it works, like you need to repeat it many times. In one moment it will click for you and you finally understand how it works, and kind of like you will reveal for yourself how simple it is. It's super simple. It's just you need to be dedicated and like not give up. Just keep repeating it, keep trying it, and one moment it just will click, because it's nothing here difficult with this. It's only kind of this block kind of filter in our head, which is like prevent us from everything new. But this is really very useful new stuff. It's like example of something new in a very good sense. So embrace it. Like watch my tutorials about fisheye perspective, where I have like for beginners or like everything about fisheye perspective. And again I explain in this stuff, and you need to draw it so it will be clear. So, and again, right, so we can make frame like a warm view here. It can be something like this, or it can be without horizon line, or you can more move like to here. So kind of point is there is a structure of perspective. This structure calls perspective grid, and there is a framing, like a cropping image, right? Like you're cropping certain part, taking certain part from this frame perspective structure. So just kind of like train your brain also to see it, how it works. So two moments that you need to notice here, that warm view include y vanishing point every time. So it should be this kind of like 3-point perspective or like fisheye perspective, which includes y vanishing points, but not necessarily includes horizon or ground. You can exclude, this will be still warm view. So, and then also, like I say, it's straight up. So straight up is kind of like when camera looking up directly. And the trick is here, it's like you cannot, like if I make frame without horizon line and I put like y vanishing point in the center of a frame, it doesn't make it straight up. It's a still fish eye this angle. I just kind of like frame top part of the structure. So it's important to understand some perspectives. It's all abstraction, right? So it's certain conventions, and you need to learn these conventions. You cannot like this one, you cannot skew, just kind of need to understand it. So this, like when we have camera angle, something like here. It have similar structure. We just play around with like adjusting vanishing points and camera direction. But straight up, it's just totally different structure. No, not totally, but principally different. So, and what is it? So, like, again, we can make it as a linear perspective. As linear perspective, it will be just kind of like y vanishing point, this zenith in the center, and y-axis lines kind of radiating around this. So here we don't have horizon line, just as a concept, right? We kind of looking directly into sky, and you can draw here elements like objects or architecture, environment, just kind of like boxes, which is diminishes to y vanishing point. So like I said, if you understand this principle with the boxes, that they are just represent 3 dimensions. So it means these boxes can be people, I don't know, flowers in a pot. No, so this can be like flower here, so like, or people. So it's just kind of principle here, mechanics of this perspective is just there are vertically diminishing to y vanishing point, and ground somewhere outside of a field of view. It's just outside, but we don't have grid for it. We're not delineating it anywhere. So it's only one vanishing point, radiating lines, and a box logic. That's it. So it's like linear type of straight up warm view here. And if we talk about fisheye version of this straight up, so this will be like 5-point perspective. So we have horizon line as a circle. So it's horizon line. And this z vanish or y vanishing point zenith in the center. So if we make cross like this, so this will be front and back z vanishing point. This will be left and right x vanishing point. So like a 5-point perspective, kind of we will have this structure. So x, it's this, z, it's this, also straight. And y-axis is just radiating lines towards y vanishing point. So here you see, yeah, same, you can draw like objects like boxes, but now we have access for every edge of a box. If here you just like drawing them approximately, just basic on your experience of box and drawing box in a space, you only align vertical edges to vanishing point. So here in this fisheye version, this straight up will have perspective for every edge of a box. So now if you draw like people or buildings, they will have kind of axis guiding line for every their edge for every edge, not edge. So it can be like city skyline here can fly in something, or again it can be like people figure like which is like appear very closely. They all have this perspective. So also, yeah, it can be also like a 6-point perspective if you start to expand x-axis outside horizon line like this, and z-axis outside horizon line like this. So it's already in category of 6-point perspective. So also if you want to be like so deep with this subject, watch my tutorials about 6-point perspective. And also, like I told before, yeah, you can move frame. You can make frame like this. You can move vanishing point like in any different position inside frame, kind of like. So it's not like you move in vanishing point inside frame. It's like you're moving camera kind of sight finder, how it's called, camera frame, kind of, right? You're moving it around a perspective grid, around this perspective structure. So like here, yeah, if you will make frame which will kind of include whole this structure, it will be like a 6-point perspective straight up. So something like, let's see, maybe I can find here. Something like, where is this? Wait. Anyway, it's like it will be, you know, like this view where we have horizon line around here. It's like a ground. And here's like somebody standing like this in the buildings around him. So it's like warm view straight up in a 6-point perspective. Let me check, maybe I can find this reference. I've lost it some. Can do this.
Madness. This is Gene Bond Art.
Okay, so I find it. So this example of 6-point perspective, warm view, like straight up warm view. So here is a, you see Z vanishing point. So let's even draw. Так. Dim, 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 dim. So this is Y, sorry, say Y, vanishing point, so called zenith. So Y-axis goes like this. And then here, about here, it's a horizon line as a circle. So, and just draw it freehand, not very. So on this horizon line, we have Z and X vanishing points. So let's say following motorcycle, it's like Z vanishing point here. So we can do is like going through Y vanishing point in the center. So we'll have second Z vanishing point here. So grid goes like this. Go here, then you see it's go outside of horizon line, making this circle kind of. This look like magnet waves, right? That's amazing how everything is related in our world. It's like magnet fields. And same also this is the go inside. And knowing, so now because I know where is Z vanishing point, right? And Y vanishing point in center, it's already suggest me this structure. I mean, like I know structure, right? So I know that X vanishing point will be in this relationship. It's like this distance is equal between Z vanishing point in X. Right, so we have like from here to here, from here to here, from here to here should be like equal length. And also here we have this 90-degree angle between this z-axis and x-axis going through center. So, and then same we have like in a 5-point perspective inside, and then outside it makes this curvature outside horizon line. Go like this. Here it's straight, and here it's this curvature. So all this, and here, you see, yeah, and check this one. Yeah, now this crazy one. Let's break this down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Так. Zenith, Y vanishing point. You see how it's radiating lines of Y vanishing point going like that. So this was easy, right? Now let's find horizon line. Так, how we define where's horizon line here? So because we see people here from above, right? So I assuming that camera is higher than people H. So it should be kind of, yeah, it should be somewhere like, how high is it? It's like 3 head higher than people. Like 1/3 of people H, something about 1/3. So what does mean? It's mean, I look, you see this crowd very far away, right? So horizon line will be like right over this crowd. Because they're far away, it's like distance more squeezed, So it's kind of this. Так. Yeah, then again, if I want to be like 100% precise, which is not necessary here, I will like put it in Photoshop, I will zoom and more carefully investigate. But it's really around here anyway. Like millimeters, kind of. Так, so and then we see this one. Zebra crossing, right? So let's see where this curvature goes. This, well, let's call it Z vanishing point. And now again, we're just dropping it across through our Y vanishing point in the center. Then we have other Z vanishing point. And we see, right? You see how it's here. Also zebra go inside here. So don't be kind of panic. Don't be afraid. Like when you know the structure, just recall it. Just recall it. So how behave y-axis in this type of perspective? How we build y-axis in this fisheye perspective grid? Always same way. Is go like this. You can make as many lines as you want, and then it extends, right? It's like start to kind of exploding outside. And you see how I even not trying, but I naturally matching with this reference because it's following these principles. It's very easy. Magnet waves. Ooh. Now you are Doctor Strange. Так. And same with, like I say, with X axis, right? With X vanishing points and all this X axis. Now, I even don't need to bother, like worry how to find the X vanishing points, like look into reference and all this stuff, right? I can, if I can use like a zebra as a clue, right? So we can track direction of the zebra and say like, oh, somewhere there, right? But also I can just build structure. So I know, like I say, it will be like 90 degree here to relating to Z axis, right? Go this x-axis going through y vanishing point in the center. Now we have x vanishing points on the left and on the right. And what happened with x axis? Yeah, we already know. So you see like how it's go to this zebra line. So when you know structure, you better understand what happened. And you also can see where is some distortions in the reference, because reference is not always perfect, right? It's no guarantee that this zebra crossing is symmetrical and properly drawn on the ground. It's like most likely in Japan, right? But in some weird places, zebra can be crazy. Maybe some drunk road workers just drawing some crazy zebra on the road. Yeah. So you see this kind of example, straight up fisheye perspective grid. And just how to say, just comprehend how simple is it, because this fisheye structure, it's a perspective grid of a 6-point perspective. So once you learn it, then you have a tool to draw a lot of fisheye perspective frames. And to understand and memorize this perspective grid, you just watch one of my video, 6-point perspective, right? And you just draw it, maximum 100 times, maximum. I mean, like, you don't even need to be talented, you don't need to be genius, you just need to sit and draw it, like, maximum 100 times. I think, like, after like 20 times you will already nail it, you know? It's just like so kind of ridiculously neglected this aspect of visual arts, aspect of understanding technique through practice. You cannot understand it if you just listen and watch or read. You need to do it. You need to implement it. You need to experience it through using this theory. So, and you need to use it not once, not twice. It should become kind of part of your life. So when you do it like 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, then your brain will like click. He'll say like, okay, I understand, yeah. You really need this stuff, and he will put it into your subconsciousness. And now like you have like a new program, new app in your brain, which made you like a beast of perspective. You became like a giga chat of a fisheye perspective. And just kind of like comprehend how simple it is. That's it. It's like if you're like thinking about like, oh, where is like secret techniques, tips and tricks. Here, this is a secret kind of technique. It's a simple system which you need to repeat like maximum 100 times. That's it. Так, okay. Let's just some examples. As usual, video format. My channel. So we have these types of perspective. Let's say, yeah, let's do this one like more exciting kind of views. So here we have like little ground in our frame, and it's not clear. It's look like a log, like standing on a tree. So it's not horizon line actually here. Horizon line might be outside of frame. Так. And we have like vanishing point here. Y-axis, zenith. So drawing these perspective grids, memorizing them, you also need to kind of repeating it in the words for yourself, repeating in the words like terms and sequence, like, oh, first I do this, second I do that, just whatever which help you to memorize it faster, kind of, not just like establish it, install it in your brain, in your memory. So here let's do her in yeah, let's do this like a straight up fisheye. So I will draw x-axis like this and z-axis like this. So you see, I start drawing this grid in a different sequence. So now I have like y vanishing point, then I draw xz. If I want, I can find vanishing points for them. If it's impossible, I even don't need find vanishing points. I can just show this curvature. Like, okay, this x axis, this z axis. So here I just define say, like level of curvature. Kind of this. So in here I will make like x vanishing point. So second x somewhere outside here. So it's kind of like this stuff from Kung Fu movies, you know, sometimes like really important tricks, really important information, like crucial answers for your search. It's something you can only take when you prepare yourself, when you have like certain qualities which make you able to recognize this answer, let's say. Because if you're not ready, it will be like, nothing special. But if you're ready, you will like, it will blow your mind. It will just blow your mind. Так. But also interesting, like when you draw people in this angle, like from down or from up, a whole idea of a body form is changes. So like when we draw more like a front view, right? Let's say like this. What we're working with? We're working with this like kind of prolonged forms. So here, if you make it like a box, let's say this leg, right? It's like major part, major element here. It's this long sides, right? And secondary element here, it's this cross section. Same if you look it as a cylinder, like a round form, right? We will have this like prolonged shape, prolonged side as a major element, and cross section, which shows us thickness of a form as a secondary element, right? When so you can like slightly rotate him, like you slightly looking down at him, kind of, see, too strong. So it will be just little more reveal this cross section of legs and the cross section of the torso, right? But when we have like a strong down shot or straight up, now like it's reversed. So now we have like this became major, and prolonged front side kind of became secondary. So you kind of need to change approach your like treatment, your um, way you treat drawing figure. Now you look kind of from more like a round, thick aspect of a figure form. So, like, there's a couple tricks how it helps you to draw is like, like when you make it like circles. So it's just to break your eager to draw is like you will normally draw with the lines, right? It's not kind of linear in a way anymore. It's more, um, it's became more kind of round, over kind of like overlapping um, tablets, no, or overlapping kind of boxes, wide boxes, kind of this. So visually or as design became kind of very different quality. So you see here, like when I draw, yeah, I make it linear here, but I keep in mind that this is very much about cross sections. First of all, it's like this multi-layer of cross sections, like a stacking, overlapping forms. So here it can be trees, can be buildings, can be cars. So I need to learn more about what happened under car surface of the suspension. Yeah, here's like cover. Something like this. And here we can. So it's like I made this horizon line, because if we have vanishing point for x in our structure, it's line on the horizon line. So here I can make like chasing maybe motorcycles. So it's like this old movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think called Hard Target. So like this. Here's a crazy gang hunting on Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, whatever. Maybe it's like ghost cyberpunk city. Oh, run away. And here should be some, again, epic music. Так, so here we have like his hand. Yes. Be quick. Or be bread. See what's going on. Who's pulling strings? Oh, deny. Dun, 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 dun. Suspension. And here's the engine. Yeah, if you want to draw this kind of stuff like a car from bottom, it's very convenient to just prepare some photograph from this angle. I didn't prepare this time, but just like kind of some view of engine from bottom, some view of like this suspension and this, transmission, how it looks. Так. It's looking dirt here. It's like, run to the hills, run for your life. Some motorcycle here. Very tiny. So again, I kind of like, I keep telling it, and also hope you can see it, how having like confidence and a clear understanding of perspective structure actually make you draw very easy. It's just like it's like you discover hidden power. It was like you always have it, you just don't have key, and this key, it's knowledge of perspective. You need to know these principles. It's like you have this inner child who been like enjoying drawing this childish happy pictures, when you just draw whatever you want without worry and criticizing and all this stuff, right? Now your child, kind of this super creative artist, he intimidated because you grown up, and everybody expects from you grown up quality. Everybody expects from you like a real quality work, not like a children drawing anymore, right? And the only way to kind of pull out this adult quality work, it's to learn techniques. And it's easier than you think. It just require also kind of adult attitude, which is about discipline, right? And again, it's like discipline and blah, blah, blah. It's not like you should to push yourself. It's about dedication. So discipline is kind of like a sign of your dedication. It's just showing like how much you really like how much this thing is important for you, how much you want drawing to be part of your life. If it's like 5%, okay, then it's like you just don't have enough importance for it. So you will never have like 100% dedication if your place for art, for drawing, is just 5%. Like you like interesting with everything around, like how to have a good time, walk around, play computer games, and eat in a cafe, chasing girls, and buy new products, watch a new movie, and everything attracts your attention. And the place for art only like 5%. Like, of course, you don't have this dedication. You need to kind of start to occupy your life, like just make drawing grow kind of as a presence in your life. Make it bigger, bigger, and bigger. So when you draw more and more and more and more, you contribute more and more attention to it. You make it more and more important for you. And then you will get like amazing outcomes. You will start get outcomes from drawing when you really contribute to it. That's it. This is what is discipline. It's based kind of on your priorities, like how much is actually important. And if it's like big part of your life, is like very big priority for you, dedication will be just a visible sign of this importance. That's it. So when I see like students or people who is not really dedicated, they're like very like my teachers say, like sit with a half S, like you're not really into here, you're not really diving into it. This maybe shadows here. It's like I don't know, like your super rich uncle, and everybody like going to him and asking for money, but you don't ask him. You don't want to take something from him. You want to give something. You like for you just kind of respect him and love him as a relative. As in, like, I have a great uncle. Like I always ready to help him. I just care of him. This kind of thing. This is a proper attitude. Same kind of with the drawing, like do like 100%, 1% of effort and immediately expect like 100% outcome. This is not how it works. You should contribute first. Так. Okay, let's also. Oh, I also like this one. Interesting. Так. And this, yeah, this is like more, is not straight up. It's this kind of 45 upshot, 45 angle upshot. So we see the vanishing point, we see horizon line, and it's like 3-point perspective. It's not fisheye here, it's 3-point. So yeah, I will do horizon line lower. Whip. Let's do it here. So you see this. First, I made this vertical axis going through the vanishing point. So it's like show direction. It's pointing at a y vanishing point. And then I establish angle kind of. So which is more narrows idea. It shows like how far. If this shows direction, then angle shows like distance from horizon line. If I make this angle stronger, right, so it means vanishing point is closer. When I make it more and more flat, it's pointing more farther, so it shows like, oh, this y vanishing point is farther away. And like I say, I just establishing it. I don't need to measure it, calculate. I establish it myself. So, and the x-axis here, it's just like this, parallel to horizon line. Which also, actually, if I want, I can make some object which will be in a 3-point perspective with 2 vanishing points, like this box. So it's like I see, we'll have this z vanishing point here and x vanishing point somewhere outside. So it's always a possibility to add extra vanishing points. But for foundation, I make just this like 1-point perspective with convergent vertical lines. So then we have, so it's horizon line. Control this silhouette of legs. Так. Also, I will make tutorial about how to draw people from extreme angles and how to draw footwear in perspective. And there is like very interesting material. Like right now I'm preparing. There's a really cool material. Так. trying to capture this grace lines. I see a grace line, it's this one. So it's like you can make a shape of a body or objects, like even nature objects, anything, based on these grace lines. So we can like this with a tapering. So see, it's kind of can be oversized leg or yeah, or arms. So, that's weird one. No, anyways, like can be like cartoony, surreal version of arm. Some kind of, or some kind of alien. It's like, oh. So it also will be a very interesting video. I learned from Red Christ. It's very interesting surname, hard to spell. But he's like a very cool artist. I read his blog, huge blog. I study it all, analyze it, and I practice it now. So later I can share it with you. Так, so now you see like we have this kind of, it's like a trope. Yeah, it's kind of typical frame, right? Typical type of composition when we have like upshot, warm view on somebody running or walking in a 3-point perspective. And now I can play around and make a different stuff here. So let's do this like pedestrian road. Here, again, let's do like motorcycle. Some mirrors here. Let's do it like this. Here I have render. So then here will be a building. Here can be like a truck. And there some people walking far away. Here is like, maybe it's like embankment. So let's say someone enjoy maybe some enjoy ocean view. So horizon line on the edge of her heel, right? So I need to remember when I draw other figures. So then let's make like future. So we have some flying thing here, some like flying vehicle. And here maybe some mega tower far away. Have some like sun reflecting on it. So it's very interesting, like by making regular tutorials, I also learn a lot, not only about perspective, but kind of some very important things about how all this works and what point, what is the reason for all this, why we teach, why we learn. It's really, really amazing because, like I say, actually we can treat it, we can look at it as a very existential element of life. So it's like your relationship with a God. So, like I say, the God is like your rich uncle. Yeah, he have everything, and he already give you a lot. He kind of give you so much, like nobody else ever can give you. So you don't even have anything to compare it with. You cannot like say, hey, here is other uncles, they give more than you give me. No, nobody did anything like that, ever. Only happen with you. And how you act on it, what you do with this. And we kind of like as a mature, kind of this like a childish, infantile uh, reaction on all this, we all keep demanding something. We keep expecting, we keep insisting on something. But when you start to give, when you start to think about like, but what did I do? Like, can I give something in return? Can I contribute something or can I help with this? Then it kind of you became grow up. You became grown up. Because now it's not just about your comfort. It's not just about uh, making you happy and all this stuff, right? No, now you became grown up who think about others, who think about world. So it became like totally different game. And I kind of just like realize it while making these tutorials, you know, it's crazy. So now it's kind of It's like totally different perspective on the world. Because you can kind of have idea of it, but still it's kind of, being some kind of trading. It's like you're like, oh, I want to something in return. I want it to be like fair. I don't want to be like exploited or fooled. When it's in a perspective of your relationship with God and the universe, right? So when um, you dealing not with customers, you dealing not with some kind of consumers, stomachs, and brains. No, you actually dealing with God and God uh, have same creation. Yeah, it's kind of like God creation. So this is your actual, um, let's say, your student, or I don't know, like your kind of person to who you refer to. So also I have this kind of perception of it, but I wasn't like clearly um, established this idea when I was working with children. So uh, with the children, it's like super clear. It's like in your face. You see like their potential. Like you can see kind of like they can become something great. Like you never know. Like maybe like this children who is your student today, you teach him how to draw with watercolor. In the future, he can become like a president of a country or like scientist. Some very like maybe he will do something which will save like 1,000 people lives, or he'll be like first astronaut on a Mars or stuff like that. Right now, like you might be um, kind of um, privileged to give a class for some historical person, for some great person in the future. So you kind of feel it potential in the children, and uh, you have this privilege and also a responsibility, kind of like God trusts you, say like, hey, here's my creature, like take care of it. Yeah, it's very cool. Так. So are kind of like it's not like a duty, I don't know, it's like function we can utilize, I don't know what to say. It's to be better, more efficient and proactive with all this world, with this creation, with this. We already kind of engage with it, and when we learn about how this world function. We learn about problems. We learn about mechanics. So then we realize like how we can, like, somewhere we can fix something we can see like where is uh, pillars kind of, or kind of core aspects which should be maintained, right? So you kind of became also like a maintenance of this structure. So learn to be more aware, to better understand this world is essential, kind of very essential um, activity. And then, of course, when you learn, so mean you know something, then it's also became part of maintenance and care to share this knowledge, to help others to learn this stuff. Here, just experimenting, improvising. Maybe here will be like this flares, how it's called, rings. Don't know. Just to see clouds. See some other people here. Flying cyberpunk. Flying cyberpunk vehicles. look like one of first shots frames in a comic book or in a movie, like somebody running. We see this city environment. And then camera shows us main character on a morning jog. What? Maybe if it's so here's this 3-point warm view, 3-point perspective warm view, and this straight up fish eye perspective warm view. So write me your feedback. What do you think? Like, does it help you? What you learn and what you want to learn in the next videos? Just any feedback. I collecting your requests and preparing tutorials. It just sometimes take more time. I cannot do it immediately. Sometimes I want to, a little more meditate on the subject, like gather some material. I rehearsal. I thinking about how to better talk about this topic. But I write in all requests. This paper too soft. It's already broken. Okay. Anyway, you got idea, right? So you see how it works. Try now and draw your own warm views. Very cool type of frame for comic books and a storyboard. Make your compositions more interesting. So see you in the next videos.